Well, welcome to our Legends of Marriage series that we're having, and we're very honored today to have Ed and Nancy Tritschler on with us. Now, if you've been a part of Christian Family Services over the past 48 years, you know of Ed and Nancy. They've been so important and so vital to the starting of Christian Family Services, and even through the years, they've had a lot of different roles there. But one of the reasons we have them on here on our Legends of Marriage today is they've been married a long time. And so Ed and Nancy, thanks for being a part of this with us here. And I know you guys have been married a long time. And during this past year, we've seen some things that we've never seen before. So I just want to ask a question. What advice do you have for couples during this pandemic?
In the very beginning of the pandemic, maybe the first 48 hours or so, I told Nancy that we, or at least I, did not want to live in fear. I wanted to be cautious, but I did not want to live in fear. And she pretty much agreed with that. Now, she's our healthcare family member person.
Yeah.
And so I gave her veto power that if I came up with a store that I wanted to visit or a barbecue that I wanted to have, she had veto power. But we did not want to live in fear. Honey?
Well, one thing about the pandemic, it has had a lot of bad things happen. But one thing I have been really thankful for during the pandemic is Zoom. And so one of the very first things that we did is for Ed's birthday, we did a Zoom birthday party.
Oh.
And so that was really, kept us upbeat, and we got to see relatives. We got to see my brother that lives in Colorado. So, we have done some things like that to just stay more up instead of being down and negative about it. So I think there are some good things that have happened.
That's great. So another question, what is one thing that you've done that's been very positive for your marriage?
Now, we decided together, obviously a long time ago, that we wanted to put God first in our life.
Yeah.
And I still like the old word cleave that you find in Genesis, where God gives Adam and Eve the challenge about marriage. And he talks about that they cleave to one another. So we cleave to each other through thick and thin. We have decided that we were going to be church attenders as often as possible. We pray together for all of these many years. And maybe even the most important thing is we serve together from the very beginning. And even when I became an elder, Nancy went with me on lots of visits. Right?
One thing that we did when we were first married, and probably after we had children, it meant more.
Yeah.
We would get a babysitter and we would have date night. And so we did that like once a month. Well, we carried it through all the way until now. We still go out for dinner, just the two of us, and sit and talk and enjoy our dinner.
Yeah.
And another thing is celebrate your marriage. We started having parties every 10 years. So our 40th, we had a big party. Our 50th, we had a big party. Our 60th, we had another party. Yeah. So celebrate your marriage. I think that's important.
That's great. Celebrating each other. And then, one thing you said, Ed, just, serving God and serving God together. I think that's a real important one too. And then going out on dates, just doing a lot of things together. That's great. That's really good. Mm-hmm. Well, here's my last question. Well, first of all, you guys have been married going on 62 years, right?
Yes, sir.
62 years. Well, I want to do what a great baseball announcer, what he did is I want to stand up and clap. 52 years of marriage. That's great. So
thank you.
Thank you.
The last question. What is one thing you would like to share with couples? People are listening that has helped your marriage to be strong for 62 years.
One thing I think is some advice that we got.
Yeah.
We were out at Bryce Canyon, and we were going to walk down the canyon, and we met this man.
Yeah.
And he was on this trip because his wife had just passed away.
Oh,
So we started talking to him, and he said, one piece of advice I will give you is take care of each other.
Hmm.
So if I'm taking care of him and he's taking care of me, and that doesn't mean just health wise, that means looking out for each other and helping each other.
Yeah.
Just be conscious of what's going on with your spouse.
I would add one of our highlights has been travel. In 2019, we celebrated 60 years of marriage. And in the fall of 2019, we entered our 50th state. So we've been to all the states. But maybe more importantly than just travel with our family and without our kids was camping. If our son and two daughters were here right now, or either one of them, and you ask them, what is the Tritschler family motto? They would tell you, the family that camps together stays together.
Well, thanks again for being with us in our Legends of Marriage series that we have. And thank you for your example, for your commitment to everyone around you with marriage, and for celebrating marriage. And also, just there's so many people around the St. Louis area that have benefited from your encouragement with that. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. You all have a great day.